Hi, I'm Euge Valovirta. Welcome again to my cabinet booth. This video is about a Marshall vintage speaker compared to Celestion V30 speaker compared to Fryette P50E speaker, which is made by Eminence. My speakers are actually labeled as VHT Pitbull because they are old. So the Marshall vintage is the original V30 and the Celestion V30 is a kind of version of that. The Marshall Vintage 30 is here on the bottom row. It's mic'd with a single SM57 straight into the dust cap, and it's about so my finger goes there, so they're not completely on the grill. All the mics are from the same distance. This is let's call it now Fryette P50E, because that's what it's called nowadays, what you can buy. It's here again, 57, straight to the edge of the dust cap. And here is the Celestion Vintage 30. And I'm micing that with Audix i5 because I have only two 57s, but this is actually really close. It picks up the bottom end a little bit better, and there's not as much mids as on the 57, but since this is on the upper row, I think it's compensated. It's pretty okay, so you'll get a pretty good idea, because as you probably know, the bottom cabinets, they tend to bottom speakers, they tend to have a bit more low-end production, because even though this is a straight cabinet, but as you can hopefully see, it's still angled, so it goes like a little bit like this. So the bottom row, there's actually the bass frequencies hit back a little bit more, because bass frequencies tend to go everywhere, top frequencies more forward, so it just gives it a little bit more. And since the upper row, it's a bit angled, it kind of goes a little bit angled, so it doesn't hit the backs so much. Next, I'm gonna just play with the different speakers, switch them so you can hear them, and then let's listen them in the mix. Alright, hope you enjoy this. I'm gonna use one of my ESP Japan custom shop Euge signatures, this one with EMG 81 and 85 pickups, and into my pedal board where I'm using a TS808, which is a replica of the original, 808 Juice Screamer. Then into 5150 black leather from 92, I think. Then into the Marshall cabinet. I'm gonna play riffs from a song we're gonna hear soon. That's actually a new Cyhra song, which I originally wrote for my How to Get the In Flames sound video, and the Cyhra guys liked it so much, and especially Jesper, that it's gonna be on the next album. But anyway, some riffs, and then we'll listen to the full mix. This one is the Marshall Vintage, the OG V30 speaker. Then the Eminence Fryette P50E. Alright, then the Celestion V30. Alright, now let's listen them in the full mix. Okay, so I recorded the guitars with all speakers separately because we're gonna blend these also too, so if I would have reamped them with the same, you know, DI signal, it would sound weird, kind of like would cancel each other. So I just recorded the song like 6 times and then played the solo. This is part of the song, and I just use the drum bounce, you know, stereo file and just one bass which I now play. But let's check out first what I had going on with the guitars previously and usually. So they go to my Steinberg audio interface, which has Rupert Neve designed Silk preamp. So this one, on this time, I used the Silk Blue on 4 on all channels. And it also has the audio interface like a DSP plugins. So I used this EQ on the way in. So this was recorded. So the low cut at 30 Hz and the high cut at 11.2, just to remove those really high highs and some of those really low stuff. That's the only thing. Individual channels, there's no EQ. Nothing going on, so you'll hear actually how this sounds. Nothing on the rhythm bus. The lead guitars, there's a little bit of compression, and I blended in a small amount of Eventide, dual harmonizer, and soft tubes tape delay, called tape echoes. That's it. The bass is a Bulgarian Digital's bass knob, and by the way, if you're interested in Bulgarian Digital's products, use my code Euge 230V, Euge 230V, it's in the description below, or the link, it's my affiliate link. You will get a 10% discount and I will get a small commission on all Bulgarian Digital's products. They're fantastic, I use them a lot. Alright, and yeah, then it had a little bit of black box, the bass, and a little bit of 5K boost, and Empirical Labs Mikey compressor. Okay, let's listen. So first, check out this section here. So the orange ones are the vintage speaker, the yellow ones are the P50E, and the green ones are the Celestion V30. I mean the Marshall vintage, it's made by Celestion, but it's the original design. So first with the original V30. I muted the lead guitar track, so we can listen only the rhythm guitars. Let's listen to the lead soon. So, as you hear, at least to me, the Marshall Vintage sounds the most balanced, kind of the most mix ready. I mean, I probably, if I would EQ this, add a little bit more low cut, because that has the most low end of these three. Maybe boost some 8K a little bit. The P50E, the Fryette eminent speaker, it's really thick, like, and there's none of highs, almost a bit too chained, but it's really thick, original sounding. And the Celestion V30, as you hear, without any EQ, it's a bit harsh. So I've recorded albums. Actually, it's a couple of weeks ago, there was a band here in my studio that I produced, and we used the Celestion. I actually started to mix that now, and it's like always, I do a little nudge around, and actually, while we're at it, someone's gonna ask in the comment anyway. So, you know, how would you EQ the Vintage 30 speaker? Well, let me show you. Let's mute this. Let's check out. Like this, you know, sounds a lot better. Let's listen to that in solo. Yeah, it's that easy. Just use your ears, and these, I've done this a few times, so I kind of know the frequencies. This is what I need to do if I want the Celestion Vintage 30 to sound a bit more better. It's still aggressive. I really like the aggressiveness of the speaker, but I don't like the and there's this kind of hollow thing around 500. But other than that, it's great. But now when there's no EQ, so you hear actually how it sounds, it is a bit harsh. Now let's do a little bit of blending. So let's do Vintage, Marshall Vintage and Celestion V30 on the left. Then P50. Really cool combinations. I mean, one amp, but many different sounds. Now let's blend these all in. Let's see what I can come up with. almost a bit too thick. It was a little bit, but to me, these all sound good, great. It's just a matter of sometimes some other works better than some other. In general, if I would have to choose one, it would be the Marshall Vintage, because that's just, to me, it's the most even speaker. Okay, but now let me mute the rhythm guitars and let's go to the lead guitars and let's listen how they sound. That was the Marshall Vintage, and now another take. I think I played pretty much the same solo with this one. P50 actually sounded really good, it's really thick. Okay, then the Vintage 30, the Celestion. It was again a little bit of that kind of like a almost ear fatigue thing, but it sounded good, really easy to EQ out. Okay, then let me just switch back and forth. Well, I guess my favorite again with this one, it's the Marshall Vintage. But these other two, the P50, it's really original. It's basically their take on the V30 thing, but all really cool speakers. Conclusion: Marshall Vintage, to me, that's the original, V30 speaker, because it is the original. And that's the V30 sound I have in mind. It's balanced, it's full, there's no harsh frequencies. It many times work with hardly any EQing in the mix. The Eminence P50E, I've recorded a bunch of albums with that. One Suburban Drive, one God's Plague. I use it live with Shining whenever we used our own backline. It's very original sound. It's really thick, kind of this, and the mids are quite a bit different. But there's again, it's the same with the Marshall. There's no harsh frequencies or kind of ear fatigue things. The Celestion V30 is the most aggressive, and there is that thing which many times I end up EQing out because it's a bit harsh. But other than that, the speaker is the most aggressive of these. Really easy to, like I said, really easy to EQ that out. What's my choice? Well, luckily I have them all and several of them. But if I would have to pick one, I think, because it's so easy and kind of mix ready and sounds really good with any amp basically, the Marshall Vintage, the original V30. If I would have to pick one. Luckily I don't have to. Hey, thanks for watching. Hopefully you found this interesting and informative. Until next time, take care, all the best.